Good evening. Good evening. Mwah, 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 mwah. It's your girl Sunshine coming at you tonight with a special exclusive episode tonight. The interview we're having. But first, let's get all the logistics out the way. We want to say thank you to Zoinks Beat for my introduction music. God's Property, that's me, who does the shirts. And Ernest, who does digital marketing for us with the promos and things to that nature. But most of all, my right hand go to Ron Lowe. That's my brother from a different mother. And I love his mom. Hi, mom. So, and his wife, but mom, I, we just vibe real quick. But Ron is my go-to. But tonight it's just gonna be us ladies, a one-on-one with no other than Cheryl, or we call it Chey. Introduce yourself, Mama, to the viewers.
Hey, it's Chey. I'm so lucky to be on this podcast with you. Definitely, Nicole. And Ron.
And thank you, Albert, for connecting us. Mwah, mwah.
Yes,
Albert's my high
happy.
school childhood friend, loyal to the end. So we thank you for the connect because me and Chey kicked it off right away. I love it.
Definitely.
I
Yeah.
love it. So we're gonna like and share, like and share, like and share. Everybody like and share, like and share, like and share. And then we're gonna get right into it. Like and share, like and share. And we're also going live on IG as well. So everybody like and share. All right. Okay. Now why my phone wanna act up right now? But anyway. So Chey,
Yes.
let's talk about the queen bee that you are. You have many hats. You're a chef, you're an entrepreneur, a label record owner. So let's just dive right on in. First, tell the viewers about yourself a little. Give them a background of you so we could go deeper.
Well, it started back in the early 2000s, I guess, when I used to just write and I started like mixing in, with the circuits on Long Island and like with DC3 from like Central Station. He owned the store. I met him through my cousin Truck, who was an artist. Big Truck was my cousin, and he introduced me to DC. He told me go cop his CD. So I went and I copped a CD from DC from Central Station over there when I used to be on Nassau Road. Met DC, and I started like kind of getting cool with him. I kept going to the store, buying his products because they had great products in the store, and I liked it. And I liked his vibe. Eventually, DC ended up being the first person to put me in the studio to do my spoken word. He took me all the way to Manhattan with a bunch of other people, and he had me in the booth recording. He was also the first person to put me on the stage. So when they used to be at Passions on Long Island, and he put me up there to perform my spoken word. It was pretty cool, and he supported me through this whole thing. To this day, DC still supports me and everything. And I actually met other people through DC, and it just kept trickling down. And then as I was working, I met Albie. And it's funny because, me and Albie got a joke. Like every time I leave or I start doing another project, he's like, oh, you fire me? I'm not your manager no more. So Albie kind of is like my manager, like for when I'm ready to do things and work on myself and not work on other people's projects. Eventually, I kept writing. I put out a book. I recently, a couple of years ago, wrote a movie script, full feature, which was preempted by a book, the second book, well, actually the third book, because I chopped out the second book, which was going to be A Bitter Taste. The first book's A Sip of Me. And then I turned the third book idea into a movie.
Okay.
But pretty much, yeah, that's one of the things I did.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So, how old were you when you first started doing your spoken word?
um, oh, you're making me tell my age now.
I'm
I'm only
40,
21. No,
44, about to be 45
no,
this year.
I'm
Girl,
golden.
we look good for our age.
Yes,
Okay.
you do. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you don't look older than me. You
That
look
is
much
good.
younger than
I
me.
still get proof.
Okay, I like to get carded. They say thank you.
Do. I'm like, oh, bless your heart.
Huh?
They like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, honey, here. I'm like, here.
Mhm. I would say it was my early 30s when I
Oh,
started doing the actual spoken word, like in front of people. I'm very shy, believe it or not. And a lot of people on Long Island, when they
mhm.
were in those like different, like the indie artist showcases, things like that, they know me from my 1800.
Okay.
Because when I go to the spots, I order 1800, especially if I'm performing. I have to have my shots at 1800 before I get on stage. I take off my glasses and everything, which I forgot to do when I performed down here in Tampa, but I made it through. um, but yeah, it was interesting. It was an interesting journey, just meeting everyone else on Long Island and doing different things. But yeah, performing was interesting.
Long Island's born and raised. Love, we gotta rep it.
Yeah.
So I love the book. We posted that today on my page
Mhm.
and a few other days. Let's talk about your book writing. When
Okay.
did you get into that, and what made you decide to do the vocal speaking on this one?
Well, that started off with I gotta credit the people around me. I have to credit my mom, number one. My mom has always encouraged me. When the first time I performed at one of DC's showcases, my mom and her friend drove up from South Jersey on Valentine's Day in the snow. Mm,
Okay.
yes, and they were there, right there, cheering me on in the audience, watching me perform. My mom has always encouraged me to write, always encouraged me to like reach for everything. Um, Eventually, I started feeling like, let me get more creative with it. Besides just writing, let me speak about it. I had a camera. I was like, let me just play around with it. I got some programs. Let's do this. And
Mm,
then, like I said, like people around me encouraged me
okay.
to record my voice because they like my voice. Sometimes, like like right now, I'm nervous because I'm shy. But it happens to be smooth at times, especially when I record. When I really relax and let it go.
Okay.
And yeah, a lot of people, a few artists that worked with me on the label, like I don't look at it as I was like the head of their label. I looked at it as I started off as Federal District with another artist I won't mention because I'm no longer with the artist and doing anything with them. But then it turned to NY Avalon Records, which I still have, and I put my own spoken word out under. The
So
two
wait,
artists, they were
what's the name of your? Go ahead, say it again.
NY Avalon Records. That's
Okay.
what I put my spoken word out under. That's what I had put out a few other projects under previous years before I moved down to Florida. Um, I had two amazing artists. One, which is I happen to be my cousin Becca, amazing artist. She's more like a indie soul type, play guitar, pretty
Ooh.
cool. Sounds good acoustic, sounds good recorded.
Oh, we're gonna have
Types.
to get her on here.
Yeah, and then there's Lean, who he's got a lot of other things going on with himself too. He's got his own company and everything, Block Society Media and everything, which is dope. Great graphics, everything. Great artist too. Like I wish that he would have also continued on, like still made music because like to this day, like I still listen to his music and I'm like wow. And he rocked with me hard. He still rocks with me to this day. Like I love him. His name's Ralph Summers, but legendary Lean. Yes,
Okay.
he's awesome. Um, but yeah, and then I just kept recording and recording, getting better and better. Then I learned how to record myself. I worked with great artists throughout the years. One of them, Enjo. He actually, the first time I was in the studio recording with him, we just said, look, let's just do a spoken word piece together.
Mhm.
Enjo sat there at that moment, not something they had pre-recorded. We came up with a concept. He came up with a melody. He started doing his magic. Yeah, he is the hit maker. Yes, he is. And he did a great job and he jumped on it too. Albie actually is the song You Belong to Me. Albie is actually in the background singing too. Because he jumped in the booth too that night.
Oh,
Albie was there that night, me and Angela were recording, and Albie actually jumped in the booth that night. So, yep.
Uncle Albie.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
But
he
I will
did
never
it.
call him Uncle Albie. I just did that one time. And that's it. Okay, Albert. I know you as Albert.
Yes, yes.
You don't be like, stop covering me my government name.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, he did.
That's my buddy. I appreciate him. But Hitmaker is going to be on Friday.
Yes, and I will be tuned in.
A hip hop Friday.
I will be tuned in, no matter where I'm at.
So that's good. So you still have your label.
Yes, because what I did was I still like I put my spoken word out under my own label. I'm like, all the years of me taking a hiatus of trying to refine myself as far as, just saying, all right, not pushing people to the side, but pretty much saying, okay, you got to work on yourself. You got to bring yourself down to ground level and rebuild that foundation for yourself to grow up, and make things happen for yourself too, as well. So this way you can make it better for other people. So I just started putting out just like, track here, track there. I'm gonna do a lot more. Definitely, and I'm definitely gonna hit up Enjo to do another track with him because he's awesome. And I'm gonna hit up a few other people as well. But yeah, I still have it. I still have it.
Good. That's the most important thing. And I love your spoken words because I do spoken words. And so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna collab. We're gonna
Okay,
collab.
I hear that. Oh, I got some. I got some.
Yes.
I've watched your YouTubes, and let me tell you something. Yeah, I was sipping that wine. I was like, okay, girl. Yeah, I had to. I had to.
I appreciate you, Queen. So, how did you get on the Chef Cook Network? That what is it called again? Say it.
Dave Chef.
Yes.
It was a competition, and one day I happened to be scrolling on Instagram, one of those days, and I saw the competition. And I love cooking. I love cooking all the time. I love cooking for my mama because my mama loves my cooking and she appreciates it. So I said, why not? I'm like, what's the worst thing that can happen? You can't lose something that you don't already have. I didn't already have it. So I'm like, let me just go ahead and put in for it. Next thing I get an email, oh, you're accepted. They have a whole page of me. They have my food up there, everything. I'm a little anxious to my questions. Well, I made it to the third round. They had, I think, probably about 4 rounds because they finally closed it out. And it's funny because this lady that I know from Long Island, she's actually a chef, and she was on there. So even during the time, like I couldn't vote for myself, but I made sure I was voting for her the whole time because I'm like, no, build you up, do it. And then even after I didn't make it past the third round, and she still made it past the third round, and she was like in a different group, I was sending her messages like, I'm still voting for you. I got you. And I kept on going because at the end of the day, you got to lift people up. It wasn't about winning for me. It was about, I actually took the initiative to put myself out there, to expose myself in a different way. And I didn't care. And it also helped feeding America, So at the end of the day, that was good. It obviously, the profits ain't all go.
Yeah.
We all know. But at some point, somebody got a meal out of this. You know what I'm saying? And that made me feel good. And the fact that I said, this is for me, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm done.
So with the show, what's good and what was some things that turned you off? Did you have any of those moments?
Well, it didn't actually get to the show part. It was just the competition, but it helped my mind flow. I started trying because I was trying new different foods and stuff like that to make. I'm always trying to make something outlandish or different. I made pasta, fresh pasta, homemade, without the pasta press. I mean, everything hand. Ooh. And that's a lot of work.
Ooh.
And I nailed it.
Good.
So I started deciding like, well, you know what? I'm going to turn around. I'm like, in Florida, they have a cottage law, Florida cottage law. I could sell certain goods, homemade goods, without having, licenses and everything like that.
Okay.
But I like making pasta. It's therapeutic. It's fun. I got a great name for it, which I won't. All right, I'll disclose it to you in a second. It's semi love because I'm gonna be making it mostly out of semolina flour. So send me some love, give me some love. That pasta gonna be good, but
Mhm.
unfortunately, I can only sell it in Florida.
Okay.
So y'all gonna have to come to Florida to get my pasta.
Well, I am making a trip to Florida this year.
All right, and I will make you fresh pasta and dry pasta. So yeah, so I'm gonna start my pasta company too on the side. So I'm like, why not? Life is about just living it the way you want to live it and being happy. Like I can still do the music, I still do the graphic design, I'll still write my movies, which eventually I will. It will come out, my movie that I wrote. But yeah, I want to do the pasta, the dry pasta. So I'm working on that. I'm not gonna rush it. I want it to be perfect for everybody.
Good. I'm thinking about doing a cooking segment, and that would be good having a few different types of chefs and going through the ingredients and not every secret, but to cook it and then to exchange the foods or things to that nature. That would be a nice
Sign
episode.
me up. I want to
And
do it.
you already know you're one of them on my list.
Girl, I'll go make myself an apron and everything.
Oh, I got an apron that says God's property with the
Ooh,
sunshine.
see, look, I gotta catch up. I gotta catch up to you. I gotta get on it.
Oh, yes. Now, that blind faith. Like, this is why I'm sitting right here because this is the blind faith in love, blind faith in taking that chance. But in the middle of the picture is God's hand all in it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw that, I was like, that's mine. That's me. Because you need that one to be that blind faith with you. Like, yo, let's see where this is going to take us. Let's ride or die for one another.
Mm-hmm.
Let's also us not lose who we are just because we're in that together.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about this book. This book. Girl, when you was talking on the thing, I said, oh, I'm going to have to order it.
Well, it's called A Sip of Me because the first book, I wasn't gonna give it all. I wasn't gonna put it all out on the table. Basically, like I said, like it's a poemography. I know it kind of sounds kind of thrown to some people, but it's a poemography. My life as I see it, and not every poem in that book is about me or experiences that I went through. I did a lot of observing. I'm an observer. There were very many nights, like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if you're familiar with DJs on Long Island, but like DJ Mello from the Belt, he used to spin at this spot called Phase 365 in Freeport, but he did other things too as well, like he DJ'd other places. But Thursday nights, I used to go there, sit by the speakers that were way taller than me, have my 1800, and like I'd see people, I'd say hi, hey, how you doing? But I go sit by the speakers, everything would just blank out to me, and I just start writing. I wrote 3/4 of my first book, A Sip of Me.
Okay.
I was sitting there listening to DJ Mello spin at Phase 365 in Freeport,
Okay.
and just observing people and seeing what they were going through, like down to just people just being friends, or people having side eyes or lovey-dovey or whatever. Like, and even just like as I went along around through Long Island, just doing things. So some of the poems that I dedicated in that book, I dedicated different things. So it's like some people had dedications to them, and it wasn't like a romantic thing. It was just like that's how the vibe felt when I was either listening to them perform or listening to spin or just being friends or just rolling, chilling with them. So pretty much that's it. A sip of me. Some of them are personal. There's some
Okay.
subliminals.
Okay. Okay. So, the vision. I've asked everyone so far in 2020 what has changed in your life, what had you had to overcome or conquer or deal with. Because this pandemic showed us, showed us others,
Mm.
showed us everything. Sometimes showed what we didn't like in ourselves or what we didn't like in our spouse or what we did not like, period.
Mm-hmm.
So are you ready to share your story?
I can go for it. Wait, let me
All
take
right.
another sip. Oh, 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 oh,
Go
oh.
ahead.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
take.
wait.
Look.
I'm gonna
Take.
need cheers.
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 Cause 2020, man. Listen. Woo!
At the beginning of 2020, I went into 2020 married. Got married right before 2020. Few months in, here comes COVID. Lost one side job. Right, that was a contracted worker. I had a main job. I was running a lab and everything. I'll say about July, they came to me and said, "Look, we have to close down because of COVID." So I lost two jobs within a matter of months between March and August. Luckily, there's this amazing doctor that pulled me in and said, "Okay, look, I can give you something." And I took it because I know she was an amazing doctor. Let me just go for it. But it was still a struggle because obviously, I'm used to running a place and now I have a different position. But I had to do what I had to do because I gotta still pay bills. I have to put food on the table. I have to live. But I appreciate her to the utmost that she gave me the opportunity because she knew me throughout those years that I was working at the other job. And for her to believe in me enough to say right away, like, look, I'm gonna be there for you. Let's see. And if you don't want to be here, you could be here part-time and I'll help you find something else. Like she is an amazing doctor. So I'm great. I'm forever grateful for her. Forever grateful. Um, but yeah, it was a struggle because other things happened throughout the year. Um, during, before, and during the pandemic, and then after. Well, it's never after. It's not even after the pandemic yet. So I'm still struggling with picking up the pieces in my life, but I'm trying to stay positive and focused because at the end of the day, it's like you can't let all the demons in your life and all the struggles that are around you pull you down. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying that I'm blocking it all off. It bothers me. But at the same time, I find people and things in my life that I know uplift me and will make me continue on. I have my mother. I have amazing friends, amazing family, supportive people. I have you now, Nicole. That's like, oh, I wheeled you in. You're mine now. Like, so it's like no matter what hits you in life, you have to write your own narrative. You have to, at some point, you have to feel the pain. You have to let it out. Of course, be choosy who you let it out to. But at the end of the day, you have to let it out. I am one to hold things in. I've learned to start letting it out, you know? And I have to realize whatever negativity is in my life, it matters because that's what helps me heal. But what matters more are the positive people in my life that have always been there, building me up no matter what. I mean, I spoke to an old coworker the other day that I haven't seen in years. And I never thought the way she felt about me, the way she expressed the way she felt about me, never thought that in my life.
Mm.
And it brought tears to my eyes. And I was like, wow.
God will send the right person at the right time to speak positive and to give you
Yes.
an uplifting moment and encouragement. Because the pandemic, there was lack of compassion, but then there was compassion. Then there's people struggling. Like nobody knows what you're going through unless we speak it. And unless we want to heal, like last year, God was like, there's some areas in your life you're still not healed from. It's time to heal. It's time to pull that band aid off, stop
Mhm.
pouring salt in old wounds, and heal.
Yep.
And love yourself fully and completely. And toxic people gotta go.
Gotta go.
keep negativity away. Like
Yeah.
I've made shirts positive only. Negative, jealousy, hate, gotta go. And you ain't not welcomed here. Like you are, like you said, the narrative. With God leading the way, he'll tell you, nope, that ain't for you. Nope, they ain't for you. Nope. God. And we gotta stop ignoring those signs and be like, nope,
It's hard though. It's hard
it
because at
is.
the end of the
Ooh,
day,
it ain't
when you
easy.
are a good person, you always tend to see the good in other people. You pinpoint, you find, you say, all right, you know what? God got me, God got you. There is something good in that person. And when you're a truly, like, genuinely a good person, you try to pull that good out of them, or you try to, like, put the sunshine. You try to put the sunshine on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, like, I've never looked at, like, well, maybe I should have been a bad person because
Nope.
that get everything. No, because at the end of the day, there's good people. There's good people in the world, and you're a good person because you're the good person.
Yes.
And you can't, like, even when it comes to relationships, no matter what happened in my past relationship, when I start a new relationship, I give them a clean slate
Yep.
to work with. It's your choice if you want to sit there and scratch the chalkboard.
Eh,
You scratch the chalkboard, all right, it's time to go.
yeah.
It's time to go. But I'm gonna give you that clean slate.
Yes.
And that's how it is in life. You give people the clean slate, but you're attentive to
Yes.
what's going on.
Yes. And my thing is, you don't want to stop your blessings because of somebody else's issue.
Hmm.
My motto is, your issue ain't my issue. The simple fact is, I was raised to be a village. Now, if you burn me, shame on you, but don't think I'm gonna be, I'm now looking at you with different glasses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just the
You
frame.
know, I got
Like
the
my
nerdy girl.
focus, right? It's
I'm
just that focus lens.
right.
So I was doing some research on you,
Hmm.
and I see who you were married to, who you're married to, or talk. Do you want to talk about that? Because you said healing.
Okay. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Mm, I am technically still married to Christ Bearer. I am separated. We did get married last year, December
30th?
30th. Yeah. Hey, see, I try to forget. Yeah. We got married December 30th, 2019. We were friends before. We decided to just go for it and say, let's do it. Um. Apparently, it didn't work out. It didn't work in my favor. Um. And it's a struggle because, like I said, I lost a lot during the pandemic. But like you said, um, things come to light. You know, I married for love, genuine love, seeing the good in people. I think he married more so for a business transaction. Um, and I will be honest, um, he was abusive. So if you really want to know, he wasn't physically abusive, but he was mentally, emotionally, financially abusive and intimidating after a while. And I think that more so came after the fact that um, people started noticing him again because I didn't marry him for who he was or what he did in the past. I married him as a friend and because I really cared for him, you know. But at some point, you have to say, I'm better than this. It's not walking away from a marriage, it's walking away from abuse. And it's a walking away from, not being happy and not being yourself. When you're being held back and you're constantly just being dragged or work too hard, you have to let go. At some point, you have to say, no, I'm better than this, and this is what I have to do. So,
And you're right. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we go further with this interview, domestic violence is not just verbal, it's not just abusive, it's everything. Somebody could say something nasty to you or act like they're going to do something and they don't do it. Just because it's not physical does not mean it's not abuse. Talking down, getting in someone's face, getting in someone's space, handling the money or withholding the money to get your way. And if you're not having your way, so listen here, anyone, we offer our support. We offer, I've had a therapist on here who's helped me last year. Honestly, a lot of people say growing up, what happens in a home stays in a home. That's not how healing begins. Healing begins with you facing the problem, facing the issue, and saying no more. So please remember, domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental and it's verbal. There's the manipulation, the deceiving, the lying, the cheating, anything you name it, just to make sure that they come out looking good, but you look like Wilter. Remember, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. So the simple fact is, if you are somebody who is in need, you can check our website. You can check our YouTube page. We have a therapist that I personally deal with and refer. Her name is Corinne. She's awesome. Healing has to start with you before you can even do anything else. You got to love yourself enough. Last year, when I did therapy. There's a lot of stuff that I had to face. I had to face some of my childhood, some things you thought you were healed from, and you're not. But the simple fact is, we are enough. We don't need to change who we are to fit in for somebody else. You either accept us for who we are or don't even bother. Don't waste our time.
That's true. That is the truth.
So, have you begun your healing process?
Hmm. Yes, ma'am.
How's it going now? You said you're still legal. We did the quotes.
Yeah, I'm legally married. Still, I'm separated. I'm separated.
Separated. How is
Yeah,
that working out?
that's working out great. I ain't gotta see him.
Then I'm
That
happy
was that was
for
the
you,
truth
Mama.
coming out. That's that sip right there that just came out. I'm sorry. Um, it's
No,
good
you
because
have every right to. You speaking freely. You speaking from the
yeah,
heart.
like I said, I have an amazing support system. Starting with my mom, who was there from day one, from the time we got married to the time it said I could call the cops. To the time when I couldn't get half my things. The time where I needed a place to live. My mom was there. My mom has always been there, no matter what. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's a ride or die, Mama. No, that is the most important thing.
She was
That's
there for the first performance. Hey, let me stop. Now
uh,
I had to say something nice because I'm starting to get emotional. But my mom has always been
hey,
there.
Shay, it's okay because
Yeah,
how else are we gonna heal?
no, and I don't think I could do it without her. Honestly, I couldn't have done it without my mom. You know, I couldn't have done it without my best friends. Without Lean, I'm not gonna lie, Lean, that art,
Lean.
that artist that was on my label at first, and he has his own business, and he's got his graphic design business, Lock Society Media. Like he's been there. He checks on me. You know, I'll be. I want Anjo. I got a lot of other people, my best friends. My sisters, everyone that check on me all the time, and it feels good because they keep encouraging me to go further and to do what I got to do. Um, and yeah, like I'm gonna keep writing. I have a whole, like I said, feature film script that's written. And actually, I put it out there to a few people, and they liked it. It's just a matter of like, obviously when I got married, it became all about him and him trying to reinvent him. So it's like a lot of things were out, but I will tell you this for your viewers, if they want this book, if two of your viewers want this book,
Bring it up to the camera a little. Bring it up to the camera a little. So
they have to hit you up, follow me or DM. We'll figure something out.
you
Connect
can
with me.
go to our page, comment. The first two that comment now for the book, I will inbox you and we will talk on how to get it to you.
Yes.
She will sign it
Yay.
and we'll ship it to you.
Yes.
So you could inbox me on my page or the Does Speak Easy or the IG page, but your girl Sunshine will make sure it happens.
Yes. Yes.
Now tell them how to find your book and how to find your spoken words. Tell them how.
Well, my book is on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, and oh girl, they selling it in China. I found out they selling it on bootleg China. But anyway, but Amazon.com. That's it with me. It's on Kindle also, but it's under my maiden name, which I'm gonna go back to one day.
Well, what is your government name right now?
Right now, my government name is Cheryl Lynn Johnson, but my maiden name, which my book is under, is Cheryl Bush, Bush.
Okay.
All right. And if you go and you hit me up, even like hit me up through a speakeasy. Go ahead, hit them Nicole.
Just Speak Easy. Your girl Sunshine.
And then you'll see, and then you could always see link up to follow, more to come on Chey Recognize on Instagram and so forth. Yeah. But yes, that's the first book. The second book is going to come out soon.
Okay. How is the first book doing? Tell us your reviews. Let's go, Mama. Let's talk. Tonight we're celebrating you. Let's talk about it.
Queens. We are queens together. Yes! This is not queens. This is us. This is us.
Celebrate you, queen. Okay. I celebrate you. That's what we hear. We celebrate each other.
We have to uplift each other.
Yes. Because if we don't, who will? Mm-hmm. Hey, look.
Exactly. Girl, don't play me with your mug. Damn. Yes. So yeah, I had a few good reviews, and like a lot of times, like I did give some away. That's crazy because my boy Jamel Harden, he is a writer too.
Okay.
A collection of a heart. Actually, this hoodie, my comfy hoodie, this is my go-to hoodie.
Okay.
Chrome. Okay. He is part of that. And he actually, I met him through DC.
Okay.
I'm actually in some of Jamel Harden's books. He features other poets within his books too. And he also has the clothing line for Purple Chrome. I always support them no matter what I do because I have my own things going on too, but I support them. Good quality. I've had this thing for years. I don't let it go. Everywhere I go, that's the first thing I grab. I'm like, oh no, I'm saving this. I left my apartment, first thing I grab. So but yeah, he has that as well, and I'm in a few other of his books and stuff featured. So yeah, Purple and Chrome.
Okay.
My little plug right there too. Other than my clothing line that's coming out that I mask because of my estranged husband, I'll say, because I was working on his, his things and everything, and his label of his brand merchandise and so forth. But yeah, I have bathing suits, I have clothing, dresses, everything.
That will be how they can find you. With the clothing.
See, right now I'm building on it, but it's going to be elevato.com.
Spell that.
ELEVATO with the wine, baby. Cheers. Okay, don't play with me. So you're trying to test me. I see you. Don't play with me. White Castle. That's all I gotta say. White Castle. And you know what I'm talking about. White Castle. Don't play with me, White Castle. Yes. And my manager Albie knows too what White Castle is. He better be watching. He know I'm cut him. And I'll make some frog legs.
Oh,
jerk and fried.
When y'all told me that story about them frog legs, I was like,
oh my God. Girl, let me tell you something. I was so excited.
Tried things, but I don't know about frog legs.
I was so excited. I was like, I'm a butcher down here in Florida, right? Went to the butcher. I Googled it, found the frog legs. Went to the butcher, got the frog legs. I was so excited. I was like, oh, I got some jerk sauce. Of course, it was pre-made because I was too lazy to make my own. Don't even know how. I ain't gonna lie. So anyway, so when I got the frog legs, the hardest part was after I soaked them, cleaned them, was cutting them in half. Girl. But they were good though. They turned out good, but I'll never do it again probably. Could be happy about that. So anyway, I marinated them in jerk sauce and then I battered them and fried them. So I had jerk fried frog legs. So this is this long string joke between me and me
About his frog.
about frog legs.
Yeah.
So of course I had to let him know. But I cooked it with some steak on the side. I had a nice plate. I made steak just in case.
Still
I was,
talking about
steak
that
was the
frog.
backup. Steak was the backup to them frog legs. But it came out good though. But I'll never do it again. Probably never. See, if he ain't watching, if he ain't tuned in, he missing out because I won't do it.
Oh, he's been ready for this interview. He was like, he's gonna be toned.
He better be.
Now, I know down in Key West when I came down there, they did, and the Bahamas, they did this conch or something out of the shell. That was good. I try new things as long as it's fried, but that sucker was good.
Or you have gator? Have you ever had gator?
Yeah, I tried that. Yeah, no, I'm not happy. No,
you gotta have it at the right place. See, let me tell you something. Gator is not as gamey as people think it is if it's cooked right and then if it's fried right. It tastes just like chicken. I actually met somebody down here, and I took him to this place called Gators down in Madeira Beach on the water. And it's so funny because he was so crunchy because they made fun of me when I first came out there. And they were like,
accent, where you from?
Yeah, look, my accent changed. I don't have my accent anymore because I had to slow it down because it's like a different community down here. But when I went down, it was like in Parish, Florida, or something like that. And they used to like hunt gators and boars and stuff like that. So when they saw me come around, they laughed at me. They were like, "Oh, you from the concrete jungle?" That's what they said. And they were like, "All you need is a purse and some heels and a little dog in a bag." That's what they said in that accent. I was done. I seen fish jump out the water. Like they leap out the water out here. Like I can go out here by my condo now and sit by the water and see fish leaping out. And I'm like, whoa. But yeah, they actually used to catch gator. And I took them to Gators, to this place called Gators, which is no longer there because of the pandemic. And we had gator. And he told the waiter, he's like, "I used to catch gators." He's like, "I catch gators. I hunt them." And I was just like, "Just bring me my gators, please." I could just eat my little. It's fun though. It's interesting to try different things.
Yeah, I tried it, and when I was in New Orleans, hated it. So I was like, next. But my kids loved it.
Call me when you come down here. I'll take you to a spot. I'll take you to a top spot.
Girl,
even though I'm not even gonna tell you it's gator. I'm gonna just put it. I'm gonna tell you to go sit down. I'm gonna order it for you. I'm like, here, have these nuggets.
Look, I had curry goat. My girlfriend took me to her aunt's house, and it was good. I tore it up. I love Jamaican food. That was good, but not everybody can make it right.
Oh no! I had nothing.
And girl, I tried shark.
Shark is good. Shark is good if it's right.
Hated it.
I gotta. You have to. All right. Look, I'm half through my COVID shots. Okay. I'll be safe.
Let's get the shot.
Yes. I got the Pfizer shot. I got the first Pfizer shot last week, I think.
Any symptoms? Any side effects?
Nope.
Okay.
Nothing. I was fine.
Good. My mother got it because she's a nurse.
Yeah, I get my next shot. I know they say that younger people get more affected and get the side effects more than older people. But it depends on what shot you get. I know the Johnson & Johnson is like one shot, but yeah, I have one shot already. I have one Pfizer, and I get my other Pfizer in April. So, but it's good that my boss knows. Well, she's a pulmonologist, so she's like, if you take that shot and you feel sick, don't worry, but don't come in here. But rest. She's like, you're good. Rest, relax, because just like the flu shot, when people first started getting flu shots, back in the days, I used to get like, some symptoms of the flu, but it was like, It was like the fake flu. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like really the flu because at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Okay.
But I'm alive. I mean, I got the shot. It's funny. I came into work and my boss, I was like, as soon as I walk in there, if I see my boss, I'm like, I'm alive. And like, it's funny. I walked into work and she was like, you're alive. So, and she's a pulmonologist, but like at the end of the day, like she knows and she understands. And like, I know, like, even regardless of what, it's just like the flu shot, you know, you build up immunity to different things. It's like playing in the dirt as a child. I'm
Girl,
going to,
we used to drink from the water hose. Uh,
exactly. So like I want to protect
right.
myself, my mother, the patients that come in contact with me day by day, everywhere. At the end of the day, it's like I know everyone talks about the chip and everyone's putting a chip in you. You know what? If they haven't put a chip in us by now from anything else, when we do blood work and everything,
Mhm. I
what?
got you.
At the end of the day, I'm trying to protect everybody else too, as well as myself.
Got you. I understand. I respect that. I my mother told me that she's in her 60s, so she was telling me about some of her side effects was she was sluggish, her nose was running one day all day, but other than that she was fine.
Oh, you see what I do?
Hmm.
Let me tell you something. Okay, you hear that? Wine is a cure all. I need my own wine line. That's my next thing. That's my next thing. Hey.
So Chey,
Hmm.
last year I can honestly say everybody in this country in this nation was going through something.
Hmm.
We was all facing a pandemic. What have you taken from it, and what have you built off of it?
I have taken that what I have known my whole life. Tomorrow is not promised in any form or fashion. Not meaning so morbid as death, but as far as job security, happiness, friends, everything, financial situations. That's what I have taken from that. And I have taken also, and I have learned you just keep striving, you keep building, you keep moving. Because at the end of the day, like you can't give up. You can't just wake up one day and say, I give up. Because what is that? That's like you're really like, all right, I'm gonna end my life. There's no reason to do that. There are ways to build up, just like how you built up from a child through education, through schooling, through whether you went to college or not. You know what I'm saying? Through jobs, like you just rebuild. If you're not lazy, you won't get it done. Who cares if you have to take a pay cut? If you have to lose friends, those friends weren't your friends. You have to lose loved ones. Those loved ones, if they walked away, they were not loved ones. You love them, but they didn't love you. Don't cry over spilled milk. Just keep building it and moving on. And focus on the positive, focus on the people that are here and now and that you know are going to be in the future. That's what I have learned.
Now,
Hmm.
what's your vision for the rest of 2021 and then 2022? What's on
I'm,
your
I'm growing. My clothing line that I have been hiding for the last year, that I have some like, side clients for that have actually purchased my merchandise. Um, I will be, growing the brand. I'm actually working on the site now and adding products, and I'm working on that now. That's happening. I am working on the next book. That's going to happen as well. Obviously, because of the pandemic, it's hard to do movies. But my mom keeps pushing me to go drive to Atlanta, which is not far from me because I'm on the peninsula on the Gulf of Mexico
Mhm.
right now.
Mhm.
But I will take that drive to Atlanta if Tyler Perry will see me.
Look,
Look, or I will print out that script and I will walk up there into the studio and I will kindly drop it with my contact information on that floor unless somebody cleaned it up and find it. because my script is copywritten, so I'm good. So that, as well as working on possibly breaking away from that man I was married to, that I am married to, technically. Yes, Christ bearer from Wu Tang Clan. I want to be done with that because, like I said, at the end of the day, and I know you wanted to know, um, he was the only part of the only group that was signed to Wu Tang Clan by RZA outside of the original 9 members. But at the end of the day, like I said, it wasn't about that. When someone says to you that a marriage is a business contract, right there negates all love in
He,
my book.
I'm sorry.
In my
Did
book.
he
In
say?
my book. In my book. That's what that means. It negates all love when they say that marriage is a business contract. And yes, to the IRS, it's a business contract because the IRS wants your money.
Girl, they want everybody's money.
But at the end of the day, if you don't marry for love, it's not a real marriage. So technically, I was legally married to this man, but I wasn't really married to him. At the end of the day,
Did he say that it
Mhm.
was just a business deal?
Mhm.
Was
That
his
marriage
first
is a business
argument?
contract. There was always arguments, but pretty much that's where the abuse came from. But at the end of the day, just like I'm pretty sure when TMZ finds out, if they do, that when the divorce papers get filed, when they do get filed, they're only going to run the story on that. Just like the only reason why they ran the story on his marriage is because of the fact that he found love after what he did to himself. To talk about his album that was years old that finally dropped with RZA and Capadonna on it. So at the end of the day, he tried to make it seem like he made me quasi famous. I was never famous.
So
Never.
that was a stunt that he did to make his album
I think
better.
so. Well, originally we were gonna get married
Mhm.
prior to that, but when he called TMZ about us, well, about his album, he
Mhm.
said, well, what's going on? What else is going on in your life? He said, well, I'm getting married soon, which was true. We were planning on getting married. I think after the fact that TMZ said, oh, we'll run with that story, when they ran with that story after that, you know what I'm saying?
His ego.
It didn't even turn into that. Yeah, it didn't turn into that anymore. It's like, I really married you for love because at the end of the day, if you've seen my poetry,
Mhm.
you know what he did to himself. Why would I marry somebody that like that and I write things like that if it wasn't for love? You feel me?
Yeah, I really
At
do.
the end of the day, let's be honest, my poetry is sensual. But I
Girl.
just gave up on all hope of certain things happening or going down possibility.
Mhm.
But I did it. At the end of the day, it wasn't about that because I'm about making people happy, bringing out the good in people. And it's not all about that. Yes, I write about that, but like I said, it's how I see things in the world.
Yeah.
I see others, how I see myself. It's a combination of things. It wasn't about that. I don't have any children. I have a cat. That's my baby. A little lyric. Her name is Lyric. She's beautiful. But I have no children myself. I'm 40 years old. I have no children. I accepted his child and his children. I've only met one. But at the end of the day, like I said, for me to write those things, and I have loved ones that have said, not no disrespect, Chey, but for you to marry somebody in that situation and did that, and the way you write things, that must have been love. But meanwhile, he's telling me it's a business transaction after the fact. Like that's hurtful, but at the end of the day, it's like, all right, business transaction, abuse.
Yeah.
I'm better than that, and life will be better. That's what I'm gonna say.
You are enough, Shay.
Hmm.
His issues are not your issues.
No, they're not. They're not at all.
And now you're growing. You've learned from this, and now you're healing. Have you sought therapy?
Not yet, but I am going to, because at the end of the day, like my manager Albie he says, like you have to let it out.
Yeah.
He always encouraged me to let it out. And I do speak to friends, but sometimes it's good to speak to somebody else. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with speaking to somebody else that has a blind eye to the situation, doesn't know you from a hole in the wall, to let
Mhm.
it out, and they're non-judgmental. They're just gonna let you speak, and then they're gonna nurture you, but not in an overly nurturing way,
Yeah.
in a that way. The thing is my creativity. That's what helps me get through things, and the fact that I live by the water. So I'm good.
Water is therapeutic, girl. I give me a book, a good book, the
I'm gonna
beach.
give
I'm there all day with my
you
picnic basket. You know I'm waiting for my copy.
yes. Text me your address. I will give you a good book.
You know I am. Girl, my bookshelf is nice. And
Okay,
that I'm
be
when I get
nicer.
it in the mail,
It's gonna be nicer.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be nicer.
I can't wait. Girl, you gonna have me hot and steamy where I'm fanning my fan like whoo.
Okay. Do not play with me. Text me your address. You got my number.
You already know I am. You already know. Because just your YouTube clip, where's my fan?
There's more. I'm gonna send you one from the beginning. From when I was in the hospital every 3 months, dying. And one of the times I came out the hospital, I did my first actual official video. I'm gonna send that to you later tonight after I hang up with you.
When you say you was in the hospital, what was going on?
Oh no, I was like severely diabetic. Like
Oh,
I
how
was
you doing
dying.
now?
I'm doing much better, much better, much better. I'm eating a
I
lot
know a
healthier.
lot of people who have
I had somebody
diabetes.
take a flight to teach me how to cook certain things. Hey,
Oh, girl, look at here
that
now.
banana water, them green bananas.
Mm.
That's for you, babe. Hey, don't play with me. But yeah, oh yeah, I'm cooking healthier.
Okay.
Even onto my pasta line. I'm gonna make the regular pasta, but I'm also gonna make like vegan pasta,
We,
vegetarian
we,
pasta. Vegan. I have friends that are vegan. I have family members that are vegan. I gotta
ooh,
make it for everybody. Look, when it comes to summer love,
okay. I have to do
you're
a
gonna get
flat
some
out
pasta. You're
today.
gonna get some pasta, girl.
Look at here. I do the pasta, I do the shrimp, I do the meat. Now look at here, look at here. I
Look, I'll send you
look
a recipe to
to
cook it
each
with.
their own for being a vegan, but Lord, I'm
You
like
like vegan?
911.
I'm gonna send you, and I'll tell you what to cook it with and what wine to go with it. You better drink the wine too.
Mm.
Don't play with me. I got
Let me tell you, when they be like, I'm a vegan, I be looking like, huh?
you.
Look at here. I do. I gotta have my pork bacon. I ain't gonna lie. I know.
It's all right. Sometimes I eat pork bacon, and it's funny because the man I was married to is supposedly Nation of Islam, but he used to eat my pounds of bacon from the butcher. Okay, anyway, so moving on. Let's go for that.
Look at here.
Okay,
Nothing's safe.
you said it. Let's do it.
But yes. But I do mainly ground turkey,
Okay,
chicken, and seafood. But
okay,
I have to have red meat once or twice out of the month. I do. I ain't gonna lie. Like, but today I did shrimp scampi, potatoes, and I did collard greens. I had a little leftover collard greens from the other night. I did pork loin roast, sauteed with peppers, onions, and potatoes sauteed in the oven. And I mixed it up with some gravy up in there and let that bad boy marinate. I did two of them, and my kids devoured it. Now, teenage boys, I'm like, okay, can I at least have some leftovers? Yo, you got to get in when you fit in with these teenagers. Jesus, they eat like a house and a home, and they're very picky. But I told them, new house, new journey, new rules. When
yeah.
mommy cooks, y'all gonna eat, and if you don't like it, then y'all better make them oodles and noodles or whatever in there, because our mama is not making nothing else. I'm always cooking for them and then cooking side for me. No, what I'm cooking, y'all gonna eat. Oh, they like that pork loin roast sauteed up in that bad boy yet. Ooh, and it's just the drizzle and drizzle and drizzle and drizzle. I took a picture and put it on Facebook and IG, I think. Yes. I'm a chef when I want to.
Let me tell you, oodles and noodles, them ramen noodles. No, 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 no. Don't turn your.
Love ramen noodles. He makes eggs with it. He's a chef.
No, 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 no. Let me tell you something. All right, so with my fave chef thing,
Uh-huh.
I said like as far as like the tequila, shrimp, and pasta.
Ooh.
Let me say something. When I first made that, no, you oohing now, but you just said to the ramen noodles.
Yeah.
It was one of them cold winters when I was still living in New York on Long Island.
Uh-huh.
On Long Island, not in Long Island, on Long Island.
Love, girl.
Okay.
Oh,
okay. Let's bring it back there. I made that the first time with oodles and noodles because I wasn't going to the store. I had my 1800 tequila. I had some shrimp in the freezer, and I had some oodles and noodles. I wasn't going to the store. I threw that all together. I posted it online. Everyone was like, "Ooh, that look good." I'm saying like, "That's oodles and noodles. That's ramen noodles." And in the 49-cent pack, I wasn't playing. And then what you got is what you do with it.
Yes, you work.
At the end of the day, even in an olive oil, it ain't a matter of olives in the field. It's how much they pay the field workers to make the olives.
No, girl.
Cheers. I'll make. Let me tell you something. That's why when I do open up my restaurant,
oh, I'll be down there.
It will be affordable to everyone.
When you open, we're gonna have to have exclusive. I'll be down there with the red. Go ahead, cut them scissors, boo.
Don't be playing with me.
I told you.
Morning.
I'm making
look right here down here. I can sell. Look. We could serve one 8 o'clock in the morning down here. Right down the street. Don't play with me. I'm gonna work on that. They be out there at the bar. I drive down by the beach. Right, I could walk to the beach right now.
Oh, you that close to the beach?
Yeah, one of the
beaches.
One of the beaches. I'm on a peninsula. Don't play with me.
Girl, I have family in Pensacola. I have family and friends in Atlanta. I got months lined up. I'm traveling.
I'm to St. Beach. We're chilling. Go.
I got family in Tampa. I was like, I'm coming through this year. They was like,
I'm right over. I'm 20 minutes from Tampa. Okay. The airport is 20 minutes from me.
Girl, I'm gonna have to buy one of your swimsuits.
I love you, mommy. She's so cute. Mom, she said hi. She said, hey, you heard her. I love her. She's just sitting here bothering me the whole time. I blow her up. I love her. I love my mom.
When you got the right hand mom dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I tell my sons, God is your number one fan, but after God is mommy. Mommy is your number one fan. I got shirts. When my son is on the court, I'm like, let's go. Until that whistle is done, let's go. That buzzer is. I was like, I want to see you hustle. We hustle until we can't hustle no more. My 10-year-old is a beast. And then with my middle son, he's an actor / singer. I'm like, he was like, Ma, I heard you all the way. And I was like, yup, out of everybody's mama, you're going to hear my mouth the loudest. My mother, I was like, Ma, do that whistle. I can't do that. My mother can, no. She was like, Nikki, no. I was like, yo, do that whistle on the strength of us. We letting him know Mom Dukes is in the building. Well, Mama isn't, what you need, what you got. The teachers was like, I love your mother. I told him, I was like, Mr. Young, if you need a fundraiser, let's go. I got you. I'm your mama. He was like, my mom was just like you when I was in chorus and everything. I was like, yo, I'm their number one fan. I made shirts. We here for Jalen. Look, Miles, MJD. Remember that name? I was like, my baby. Yup, look at here.
I saw the videos too. They're dope. Great acting. Thank
you.
Great. Oh, family full of talent. That's bottom line. Family full of talent. They came from an amazing queen.
Thank you.
At the end of the day.
But my family history is we've had pastors, ministers. I was like, the anointing is high. I was like, and with the anointing, you can't bring old stuff into new wine bottles. So new journeys got to be cleaned out with a fresh.
I'm empty right now.
Clean it,
Wait,
clean it.
wait a minute. Let me wake my mom up. I know she's gonna be like, she about to drive me down the street. She about to drive me down the street. Yes, we got an empty wine bottle over here, mama. We got an hour. I feel bad.
But seriously, it's like when
It's,
you have the right people on your team supporting you, cheering you on, they see you through the trenches.
mhm.
People want to be where you at, but don't know what you had to do to get
Oh,
there. And the simple fact is, if they only knew, my thing is, don't act like you want me or hate or jealous on them. I was like, you don't know the price of that oil.
no.
So the simple fact is, from what you've endured, Queen, you look beautiful.
Thank
You are beautiful in and out.
you. Look at you.
Thank you.
We are
Look,
a reflection of each other.
I
Strength,
celebrate
strength.
you.
I celebrate you as well.
I sent
Definitely.
you that after you and I and Albert talked. When Albert linked Albie,
I'll be with the colored girls.
look, yeah, we the colored. I was like,
Girls.
I'm always, he used to be like light skin, yeah, and he be like light skin. I'm like, yeah, and so that was like I was thinking high school, light skin, yeah, and but it's just the fact that where we were and where we are now
Yep. And where we're gonna go?
and coming,
Yes.
what's coming. Oh, I'm sorry, Uncle Al, Albie,
I'll be.
hi Ralph,
Don't hurt
and,
me. Frog
and
leg.
so we for us to sit and look what we endured,
Mm-hmm.
the endurance made us who we are.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't hate what we had to go through. We learn from it. We embrace it, but we never go back to that again.
Mm-hmm.
So now for 2021, 2022, doors opening. Negativity has a bottom line.
Yes, ma'am.
Like I made a shirt, enough is enough. Cut the cord.
Yeah.
2020, cut the cord.
Amen.
2021, let's flourish. Let's
Mm-hmm.
blossom. You got your books. You
Mm-hmm.
got your entrepreneurs. You got those many hats. Like
Movie
many
script.
hats.
Hey. Let's watch the
Yes.
movie script.
Now with the movies,
That be slapping the face of Method Man turning around and was like,
girl, that
hey,
means
he paid the main role.
That means
Hey,
Cheyo.
that's slap the face.
Girl, if I got meth, if I had
He
20
would be
minutes,
perfect for that part though. In my movie, he would be perfect.
20 minutes just to talk to Method Man, girl, that would make my
Go for it. Go for it.
I'm
Do it.
like, woo, oh, I've already inboxed, I IG inbox people. Let me tell you, I have a list. I go down there every Sunday. I am
Let me
inbox.
tell you.
Hi,
Let me
Chill
tell you.
Will. I
There
got to
are,
meet Chill
there
Will.
are some very humble artists out there. Let me say something.
Yes.
Wait, case in point. Wait, pardon the pun. Case. Very humble.
I'm trying. I inboxed him. I'm waiting for a response.
Very humble. Actually, I was on, all right, So Ambitious, JV and Libraries, years ago, back when I was in New York. They performed at, oh my God, I'm going to say it wrong, probably stage 45, maybe in New York. I've been drinking a whole bottle of wine.
45.
Stage 45. Anyway, so like Little Mo, who else was it? It was Little Mo, it was Case. Case was like the headliner. Jeff Reed, Red, whatever. I'm drinking a lot of Merlot. I like I went to perform for them. My brother actually, it was not too long after I had like surgeries and stuff like that. My brother took my car and he knew I really wanted to go. My friend's so ambitious, JV and Y Breeze, and they actually have this I'll say an internet video movie show series called Bum Rush. They invited me out, but I was sickly. But my brother was like, I'll drive you out there to Manhattan, drop you off, I'll come back and get you. I went there. I ended up on the stage. They ended up sending security out for me to come get me from the audience to bring me on stage. I was on stage, Little Mo, all of them. And then we would be on the stage with Case. He'll end up almost smacking me in the face. I was so close to him because like DJ Superstar Jay was up there spinning. I said, screw that. Too many people coming on stage. I walked around and I went in and I was like filming him and everything. Very humble man. I ended up sending him my because I became cool. Like I started following his media manager, Seuss, Grown Man Business, all that on Facebook. We began like connecting. And I sent him my book to a PO box, obviously. And then I ended up also meeting another artist along the way. I'm not gonna mention, but a big artist, and on like the Jersey Turnpike one day when I was having surgery and coming back to New York. And I sent them my thing. But they're very humble, very humble. Case is very humble. Amazing artist and very humble at the end of the day. Definitely. Yeah.
I met Paris Smith from EPMD December 18th. I did the interview with him thanks to my boy Rodibus, from Huntington. One thing is Huntington stay connected. We stay loyal. We support each other. And he linked me with Paris. And I did an interview with him. Humble. I did an interview with RJ the Realist and little Billa G. And it's on our YouTube page. Then I was able to connect with DJ Bilal. I talked with him once or twice out the week. God rest his sister. She passed away a few weeks ago. So I've interviewed DJ Chillwill from the Get Fresh crew. When I say these people I'm naming are so humble. Father MC, humble. And growing up on their music. High school, I'm listening to them, and now I'm interviewing them. Now I'm in a room with them. I'm like,
you're doing your thing. You're doing your thing,
I'm like
Mama.
a little kid in a candy store, because who would have thought listening to them back in the 80s, I'm now sitting or I'm talking or I'm looking through Zoom talking to them, and they are so humble and down to earth, and the stories that they tell you that you don't hear from other interviews. That's nothing but God. That's nothing but love. That's just fire, and I love it. So that's why I tell everybody, I made a spoken word about stay humble, stay focused. You know what I mean? I was like, because as long as we stay humble, doors are open. As long as we stay with a good character, as long as we keep doing the right thing,
yes,
things come.
Sis.
You know what I mean?
Sis.
Yes.
Rakim.
I'm trying. Girl, I'm trying.
Rakim, I want to do a collab. Make it happen. Look. Reach out to Uncle Al B. You and Uncle Al B.
I'm trying to get Ja Rule too.
Rakim, look. Let's focus on one thing at a time. Look, listen, color girl. Fellow color girl. Okay.
Yo, we gotta make a shirt. Color girl.
Color girl.
Color
I'll never forget that night. That man called me that. So anyway, yeah. Rakim. I'm thinking of a master plan. So you think about that master plan and you make it happen. All right, Mama?
Oh, you know it. I'll let you know too.
Easy. Look. My cup is empty now. I'm about to wake my mama up and be like, Mama, you gotta drive me because I ain't driving. I'm gonna call my brother and be like, you better come get me. But you better think of a master plan. You know, make it happen.
Already know.
I know. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I have, let's just switch it for a second to you. I have actually sat there and watched your YouTube videos and watched your spoken word, and it has touched me.
Aww.
It has definitely touched me. Like this, I know you wanted to interview me, but let me tell you, your words are strong. Very strong.
Now who's got who getting emotional?
No. No, your words are strong. And I want you to keep on going. And I want you to keep building and creating. And girl, you better create with me because let me tell you something. We got something we gotta do. We gotta do
We
it.
do. Look up. I
You
got
got
my
my
photo
number. You got
shots.
my number. But yes, no. Seriously, like your words are healing. Because not everybody can open themselves to the world. And it's not like you just like sent things to me secretly or whatever, like, hey, this is how I feel. You have actually exposed yourself to the world and how you feel. And you are a queen. Like, keep doing what you're doing. You're amazing.
Thank you.
And I love you. I
I
don't know
love
you,
you too,
but
Queen.
from the moment that we had like that connect last week, like I'm like, I'm good. Like I don't care what she asked me. Like she asked me anything, I'm good. I'm
Ah, now
good.
you got me.
And
People
you know
like,
what? I respect you because you did not come at me sideways. And I know exactly who I'm married to.
mhm.
You did not come at me sideways. You did not use that as a leverage for your interview. I respect you and I love you for that. And I want you to know that. And that's 100 right there.
Well, on that note, Chey got me over here so emotional right now. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate that. I do.
Thank you.
I do.
We ain't gonna uplift the bullshitters. That's
You
what it is. We're not gonna make them famous.
now.
No, we're not gonna give them clout. We ain't mention that name.
I wanted you on to show how we overcome,
Mm-hmm.
how we overcome diversity, how we overcome heartache, how we overcome betrayal, how we overcome what the world throws at us, and we still get back up fighting and swinging. If you haven't listened to it, The Fight, listen to that because sometimes we need a motivation. Sometimes people need to know we've been there where they're
Yep.
entering a situation that they have no clue what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Some people walk out. Some people like, I'm done, hands up, I'm fed up. Some people finally choose themselves. And the most important thing is to let them know they're not alone.
Nope. No,
Domestic violence is real.
nope.
Divorce is real. Marriage is real and sacred. And if you're not sacred with the person you're with, then you're lying to yourself, you're lying to that person, and you're wasting their time. And women and men, they get domestic violence. I've seen a man be
Yeah.
verbally abused. I've seen them verbally beat up, like physically beat up and stuff. So it's not just women, but for mainly it's more women than men. But the simple fact is, they're not alone.
Nope.
And when God told me to share my testimonies, I was like, hold up, what? I said, I'm sorry, come again. But I love being in the studio. It's therapeutic. It's things I thought I healed from. I realized when I started writing, I didn't heal from that. But after I got it out of my system and spoke about it, I healed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like you. If I used to let things fester. My therapist told me, she was like, Nicole, that's not good because you're gonna hurt somebody. I was like, because I've held so much in. She was like, keep doing what you're doing. I was cleaning out my basement and I found my high school journals of all my poetry. I used to be in a poetry club. I used to write. So, and when I stopped writing,
Mm-hmm.
that's when everything festered and build up and build up and build up. Then it's too late because you about to explode
Yeah.
and whoever's right there is going to catch it and it ain't even them, but they just was there at that time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, Mama, you keep writing as well, and you keep being the queen that you are, and you keep.
You better not lose my
Oh,
number.
girl,
I better
I
be locked in. I better be locked in. You better be hitting me up
got
tonight.
programmed.
Look, when I'm catching flights, places and stuff like that, you better be texting me. You be like, "What you write?"
You need to come to Buffalo, and I'm telling you, when I book
Oh,
my flight for
wait.
Florida,
Wait,
we are connected.
wait. You gotta let me know when the temperature is over 75 degrees in Buffalo.
That's
And,
in June.
okay. All right. So, all right. Yeah. Because right now,
I know. Everybody was like, "Nah, we visit
like,
you."
if I didn't want to get my hair wet right now, because I don't know where my swim cap is right now. I got like 4 or 5 pools around me right now, and the Gulf of Mexico.
Girl.
Don't play with me. That video that I sent you
Yes.
with the song with me and Enjo.
Uh-huh.
That's
That's
Friday.
playing Friday.
Say something. All right. So that. All right. I ain't gonna lie. That video was taken when I used to go out on the boat with my ex, and I used to go like Emery Island and stuff like that, like sandbars.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually that day. It was crazy because that day I was on a raft. It was after being pulled by the boat on a raft and falling off. I'd be like, "Oh wait, the sharks are in the water. Let me get back on the boat." There was actually a shark in the water. There was hammerhead sharks circling other boats by the sandbar, and he was like, "All right, this is what he said." He's like, "White people are pointing. You better get on the boat." Let me say something. I was the first one on that boat. Never have I gotten on that boat when the boat was rocking at the sandbar. Girl, I swam to that boat so fast, jumped on, made me a drink, grabbed me a piece of chicken, fried chicken from Publix. Publix got the good chicken. I was like, I'm ready to go. I wasn't playing. Sharks, I'm out.
No. I'm like, deuces, gotta go.
But yeah, I miss being in that water. I miss it. But at the end of the day, like I'm scared of fish. I love to swim, but if I see a panfish, I'll be out. But I want to kayak and I want to paddleboard. That's my goal in the next couple of years. So maybe I'll have like a video with my little GoPro on me or whatever on a paddleboard. I'm gonna send you in it. But yeah, you need to come down here.
I parachute sailing.
I'm scared of
I
that.
love it. Girl, I love it. I love jet skiing, snorkeling.
Girl,
Um,
they have it all down the street from here.
yeah, but not in Florida. No,
Come
no.
down here and
Too
call
many
me.
shark sightings and shark
No,
attacks.
no, 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 no. I'll bring you where the dolphins are at because
Oh, I love the dolphins. Where the dolphins are, the sharks stay clear.
sharks don't go. I know exactly where to go with the dolphin. I know where the dolphins are at.
Good. I want to swim with the dolphins.
We'll go eat. We'll go get on a jet ski. I'm gonna put around on a jet ski. But the dolphins, they swim right there by you. I'll kayak or I'll do paddleboard. Well, I gotta learn. I'm gonna go down to Madeira Beach and learn before I go buy a paddleboard over here. I'm about to spend all that money on no paddleboard. I can't do it. You gonna come down here? We gonna figure something out.
We're going to have fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Al B may join us. He may meet us down there.
He's scared. He's scared.
I know.
He's scared.
Not a lot of hunted people know how to swim.
He's scared. But look, I'll bring him. Look. When I did a photo shoot down here with a photographer down in St. Pete. Mm-hmm. It was so funny because he was like, "Now you just ruined that kid's dinner because people fishing." Where I was about to do a photo shoot at, and I was like, "Is there fish in the water?" Like dumb question. They were like, "Yeah, there are, but yeah, you just gotta watch out for the crabs so you don't get your feet cut." And I'm like, I was like, it was crazy. I was like, in the picture, I was like this, scared underneath the docks. Like I was so scared, and the guy was laughing. The photographer was like, "You just scared away all the fish for that kid's dinner tonight." And I'm like, but I got my photo. Oh,
yeah. Good. Well, Chey, is there anything you want to leave the viewers with before we end this out?
I just want y'all to know the speakeasy is the and yes, definitely like I appreciate you giving me this platform to speak with you, speak with the viewers, and also sharing with me everything you're doing because it's amazing.
Oh, I appreciate.
I love to see other people grow and build and do things. Like you're amazing.
Thank you.
Pretty much just don't let anybody steal your sunshine.
Thank you.
Be your sunshine, Miss Sunshine. And that's a speakeasy, and I got an empty glass. So I gotta wake up my mama because I can't.
All right. Well, you guys heard it here from no other but my girl Chey. Hey. I thank you for tuning in, and I thank you for listening to her testimony. Multi hats, talented. Go cop her book, and that movie will be coming.
And
We'll be coming.
don't forget, 2 viewers will get
Yes.
bucks. You better hit her
And
up.
it's gonna be hot and steamy, so make sure you got the ice cream or whatever, whatever, and your significant other, your friend, when you reading that book, so they, you know. Okay. Well, it's your girl Sunshine. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you for tuning in. Like and share, like and share. Subscribe to our YouTube page. Subscribe to our The Speak Easy IG page, and your girl Sunshine. I'm on IG as well. If you want to come on, inbox me and I'll make it happen. So thank you again, Chey. You have a great night. I'll be texting you my address and we'll be speaking later on this week.
Hey.
Mwah.